So good morning, it's Tony and Letty Casa Esmeralda. Welcome to my channel, and thank you to those who have liked and subscribed to my channel. Today I'm going to get on to two things. First, I'm going to get on to building my 30-minute compost toilet, and then second is what I did yesterday was the solar upgrade on my electric fence. So I'm back here behind my house, and I had some tufa blocks ready. I got a whole bunch, and the chickens don't mind me building something out here. Chickens don't mind me building something beside them, because they're the chief composters of the world are actually the chickens. If you ever want, and they're all in their hen house right now, and they're making eggs, except for one rooster. He's out. Is that Hansy? Hey Hansy, you want to say hello? He's being a little shy. All the hens are in the house, and they're all laying eggs right now. Oh, you can be quiet. See, they're clucking. So this was a pretty simple project in itself. Got something to hold on to for sitting up or down. So this was a pretty simple project, and it was just on drill bits. So in doing this basically with one hand. Just drilling holes in, and these are the concrete or the masonry screw anchors, and when you push down on this, then the plastic grommet that attaches to it, it opens and it expands, and then these things don't come out. And then all I had and used was this. Put a little bit of silicone down below it, and then also into the hole itself. Drill the holes with some bits, put this down, and then I have my compost toilet. And let's just go get some hay, and I gotta get a box. See, like I had the farmer the other day called me, and I went and picked this up, and the chickens have been here now. This has been here a couple days already, and they've been scratching away at it, which is perfect. So if the chickens have been scratching away at it, that means it's ready for composting, because the chickens will prepare your garden. Chickens and pigs work very good with each other in preparing your garden. So all I'm just going to do is grab a little bit of fresh hay here. You'll get a box or something like that on the side. And if the compost toilet, the remains and stuff, I can actually put it in the chicken house, and the chickens will sort through it, and they will compost it even faster. So you can actually plant within 2 weeks' time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put it in my bucket, put some hay in there, and then my compost toilet is ready to go. Okay, and I got a little lid here, so no bugs get in or anything like that. There we go. Nothing wrong with creating your own fertilizer, is that you already create it and everything, and it's so fast and simple. I'm out in the countryside here, and I have neighbors in the front of my house, but they're only here for like 1 day or 2 days a week, and then they're kind of gone. I'm the only one that lives back here alone by myself. And then this neighbor here, I don't see him only like a couple times a year. I maybe see him like 2 or 3 times. I saw them like 6 times when I was building the fence, the electric fence and everything, because they wanted like 2-3 meters of my property or something like that, because they built their house without a surveyor and things. And then there was so now we're going on to my electrical fence installation. And what my neighbors wanted was this pomegranate tree here. I don't water this tree. It's just that like today I don't have, there's very low, like July, August, there's like 1 or 2 days here in the Adriatic where there's very low water pressure where I live, because there are people buying houses and these houses are very old. And the same thing, like my house, it never came with a city water line. So people are putting in city water lines, or the city is upgrading or repairing water lines. So I decided today, well, since my water pressure is low and my toilet and everything, I might as well just build a compost toilet. So now I have a toilet now, and that's okay, and the chickens won't mind if I throw it in there, and they will compost it for me then too. And then in 2 weeks time I can just pull it out, and then I can put it in my garden. So I don't see my neighbors now that much, since all the electrical fence is in and everything. I wired up, if you can see the wire now running on top there of the house. You see the wire, how it's coming down, and that, what I said, what I was doing yesterday. And then the wire is going into the house where I drilled the hole right there. And then that wire just followed, and that's 100 watt. But now what's cool about that system is that I got a main wire where I could put another 1,000 watt rig up there if I wanted to, but I don't need it. It's just I needed the 1,000 watts. So now I have, I checked this morning, and I have 1,050, it was like 1,080 this morning, and I bet you it's like 1,090 watts running right now in this 35 Celsius heat, which is like really cool, because I'm running over 1,000 watts, and the power company, that's what they were saying they were looking for. If you're running over 1,000 watts, then basically your bill will go down to like 0. So because I was like at 990 watts or something like that for solar. So anyway, so the power, so the line comes off the house, and the same thing, you don't want your line to touch the roof of your house in case there's any water running off or anything like that, because the water runs like downward, right? It doesn't run off. Water always runs downward, it doesn't run off the roof, and it runs downward and then it runs off the roof because of gravity, right? Okay, so, and then that's done here. And just looking for my keys right now. Yeah, I got my keys in here, which is cool. Oh, no, I don't. So, okay. So we gotta get into the electrical box. Hold on one sec. Gotta get my keys and then get into the electrical box. So here's my keys. And the power company never comes by here. Installing solar power, you need like an engine. In some countries like Canada and USA, you need an engineer, you need an inspector, and then after it's all charged and everything, then you need the guy from the power company representative. So you need like 3 people to all come by and do this. And here I just do this all myself. I tell people that I'm doing it, and they say, oh, that's fine. And so here it is. Here's my ground wire yesterday, and that's hooked up into now this box here to this line and this line, and I just twist tied it all together, put it like a solder and then a cap on it to from the internet and from the solar grid tie in the house. And then I back wired, because this was a 3-phase wire, so I was able to get this wire back up into this one here, and then I have the solar connected up to the battery. So that's how I figured out a way and how to get my battery hookup for my night running, because at nighttime you don't have solar power, and then you're running off the provincial power, and I don't want to do that. So what's really cool now is then I have this backup wire here, and I kind of almost finished it. I got to put a few tacks on here, so I'll do that like right now. But then the wire runs in here. So one is the ground wire, and then there's a back wire across here, and then that runs down, and here is, because I was doing some work and stuff like that, I unplugged it right now, and it's running off of battery. So I gotta plug it in because I had it charging this morning. I had the charger. I came here, and since I've had this battery for over 2 years, and this is the one thing about off-grid systems, is that when you're running an off-grid system, you gotta always do your battery maintenance, right? So if your battery's not running or they're not charging, and then after 2 years or around 2 years, your batteries are dead, or you need to refurbish your batteries or get new batteries in this thing. Having the grid tie, it's just like having your computer or something. It may go for 3 years or 5 years or something like that, and then you just need to get a new box, and you don't have to deal with batteries or anything. Grid tie is all just majorly just plug and play and everything, right? You just plug in the ground, the positive and the negative. So I hooked it all up, and I got another car battery here, another 12 volt, and I think I'm going to wire that into this one. But I probably will make a video on that and everything. But basically, the system now is all hooked up and running. I got a mini charge controller here. And then what's also cool about this charge controller is that you could do a 12 volt light. So I could put a light in here for the winter time, because I normally put my firewood in here on this side. And then so if I need to work for 5 minutes or something, I can just make a little switch or a plug or something, and then put a 12 volt light. And I can also charge my phone, so I don't have to run inside, because I'm working outside here in my garden and things like that. If I need to charge my phone or use a USB or for anything, I got this. So I got two power supplies right here on small 12 volts. So this is a 12 volt light power supply and a USB, which is really cool. So anyway, since I charged it, I came in here this morning and I charged it, and now it's up and running, and it's working, because this battery is like a really small one, and it'll only go for about 3 or 4 hours or something. And this morning I kind of did a little sleep in, because I normally get up around 6, but because I've been doing all this work lately, so I did 7 today, or something like that, like 5, and then I found out there was no water. But I'm so happy that I found out that there was no water, and that my well is all filled up, so I got over 30,000 liters of water. Plus, there's another 250 in here, and then there's another 400 in the black bin. So almost 31,000 liters of water I got on my property here on low water pressure. And this is the thing, when I moved here, I didn't have any water, or very little water. It was about a half liter a minute, and which is just enough for cooking, but it's not enough to take a shower or to run really a toilet or something like that. So I'm pretty prepped and stoked right now that I got all this infrastructure in place, and I got a backup toilet out back when there is no water at all for maybe 1 or 2 days. Then I got the compost toilet out the back, which is fine. So my next thing is the hay here, and to fill up the bins and things like that. Okay, so thank you very much for those who have liked and subscribed, or please like and subscribe to my channel. It's Tony and Lati Casa Esmeralda, and I hope some of the things I have shown you have helped you or given you ideas in making your off-grid or grid tie system, or your homestead or your farm, or your out in the woods or nature living, a more simpler thing to do. So thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye for now.